it was to act like whatever, you know. It was they were because what happened was
I want to know for real.
No, dead ass on my kids. The elites were pushing. They were so glad and they were money hungry so bad, and they're like, this. You guys are the breadwinners. You guys are it right now. You guys are tatted. You guys are soon tatted up gangsters that became island boys in a jacuzzi. You came up for your image, so we want to see what you guys could do and what could go further on and on, because it's what the content that they want to see on this side of town, I guess you want to call it, right? So we did the kissing thing.
You guys were gangsters?
Huh?
They said you guys were gangsters?
I mean, to them, we were considered gangsters. So they're like, they said our image looked like it. I'm not saying that they said that we are. They said our image.
Oh, 'cause I was about to say, like, if they said that was kind of like passive aggressive.
No, they said that you guys look like it. So it would be like almost like a big wham, and people think, oh yeah, well, I could do the same thing. That's not how it worked. The thing is, the reason why it blew up was because no one thought that the Island Boys were gonna randomly pop out and just kiss each other, that are tatted up and came out and were beefing with all the rappers. Say, man, you know, you get where I'm coming from.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little shocked. I was honestly, when I saw that, I was like, there's no way this has to be AI. But then when you guys actually like came out and said that you guys did it, I was like, there's no fucking way. That did not affect you like in any way. Like you did, like how did you feel doing it? Like did it make you like feel like shit? Like what did you feel?
I didn't feel like shit at all. Was it weird doing it? Yeah. So when I did it, I said, look, we're gonna do this, and you walked the opposite way, because this is something that we have never done before. Because we thought this is weird. We thought like whatever. We thought like it was just like a money scheme. So, and in which it was. It actually ended up being a big thing. So we did, which I was already making good money without doing that, to be honest with you. So imagine that boosted me way more higher, right? So then I did that, and I said, yo, you need to walk the opposite way, and I walked the opposite way, and then we don't talk.
What about Enzo? Did you guys, because I know you guys kissed Jack, you kissed Enzo.
I did. Yeah, the Jack thing was forced. I didn't want to do it because the thing is, the most money I made was with Red, obviously.
But with your brother, because he's your twin brother.
Yeah, exactly. So the Jack thing, I don't know why he wanted to do it. I'm not sure. He called me over and said, he's like, yo, we need to please do this. Like, you guys are making a lot of money off of it. And he was under the same agency as us. And I really didn't want to do it. You could tell by my facial expression. I was like, I really don't want to do this because I'm not gaining anything out of it. Because I'm not into it. So it's not like something I want to do. And if I'm not going to gain any money, which is what I want, right? I guess he wanted to do it. Apparently, Red said that he gained a good amount from him. I personally didn't even like do anything with. I didn't do anything with that content with Jack because I knew that wasn't the money play. So I was already done with that.
So you and Jack never kissed?
No, I did. We did. But the thing is that I didn't push the content because I was already set with Red. Like I was already making money to where I could retire. I was already set.
Okay.
It was at like 1.5 a month.
Okay, so you know like the video I was telling you about, and I'm not asking you this to like make you feel any type of way. I'm genuinely just curious. You know what I mean? When you guys did the popsicle video, right? Was that awkward? Like after you guys recorded, were you guys just like didn't say anything and like nothing?
No, yeah, obviously every time we did content, we just did it, and then we just like and then we would just like leave, but we never did anything that was considered any like if you know what I'm saying, like
I know what you're saying, like nothing more than kiss.
It was never like that. It was always almost like, and people started getting mad in the community. They started getting mad at us, and they started saying, "Oh, you guys are faking it," and we're like, "Fuck, they caught us," right? And when we did it, we tried to come out and make it look like it was like a little nasty thing, but it really ideally we're really not like that we're not you know what I'm saying, we support them all the way, but they got mad because they're like, what the fuck is this content? You guys are faking it. Like, you guys are supposed to be doing more than this. And we're like, we're sorry, but it's not happening. There was a limit to everything. But
also they could understand because it's not about being gay. It's the fact that it's like your twin brother. Because like, okay, it would have been like whatever. Like, yeah, people would have made fun of you if it was like with another guy. But the fact that it was with like your blood twin, like your literal, like you guys came out the same room. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
Yeah, but
like
you also have to understand there was a lot of people behind it. There was a lot of people pushing it. There was a lot of elites saying there were people like with a lots of money trying to say, "Yo, do it, and we're gonna pay you this back." Even not even with the money that I was making, consuming off of that income alone, we were getting pushed by elites to do it. So it was like really, it wasn't like, huh?
Andy told you to do it.
Yeah.
He was the one who said it.
He literally said, I'll wire you $100,000 right now if you do it." And then he did that, and then after that, then it was 1.5 a month, $1.5 million a month. So I mean, there was no way of me saying no. So and then before I got took down, I accumulated, I want to say, a good amount. Like I think I touched about 7 point something or something like that, almost 8, maybe.
So in
maybe close to 9.
total, so Andy wired you $100,000 because it's just funny because I know Andy and it's like
I can't really talk about him too much because there's something happened between me and him.
But okay, well I won't say anything about him anymore. So you got 100K before you even did it, and then
he wasn't the only one. It was multiple people. There was people throwing 3 bands, 5 bands, 6 bands.
Investing into it.
Basically, yeah. To see it. I didn't know how many people. I didn't know so many people were that weird. I didn't know that. But I mean,
you know, you guys, like, you have to understand also, like, people were already saying this before you guys even did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
so, like,
yep, exactly. But like, it never went through my head. It never went through my head until I actually officially went on their website. And I was making it my brand. I was doing really good. So like towards the end, like when you were with Red, and even when you guys split apart, Amina, I was touching already. Like, I think it was like.
Well, that's why you guys used to get into a lot of fights because
it was very little compared to when I kissed them, but I was already like $250K a month just off that income alone. And that was before I kissed them, so I didn't have to do it. I could have been solo, but of course, if I did that would have boosted me all the way up. But then I knew in my head there was a consequence to it, and I always knew that I'm gonna wake up and then one day it's gonna vanish, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess like honestly, there's nothing wrong per se. Like with, I mean, I take that back. It is wrong, but it like. If you made money from it, like I guess I don't really blame you.
I mean,
because,
I mean, look. At the end of the day, look, we thought about it, and it took a day for us to think about it, right? And we thought about it in our head. We're like, okay, are we gonna actually? Am I gonna to myself? Am I gonna actually do this? Because Red was ready. I'm like, am I gonna actually do this? Like seriously,
he was ready. He was like, I'm trying to kiss you right now.
No, he was ready, as in like he didn't care about like the comments. He didn't care about anybody saying anything bad about him. He didn't care about none of that. He was more worried about the bread. And
I've seen girls on farms that are twin sisters and they've done it. So
yeah, no, but the thing is that, like I said, Red wasn't making as much as I was solo, so I could have just said no and just kept on going, and then that would have just been my career alone itself, right? But at the end of the day, like, you know, I had to pull a couple wires and I had to get Red on. You know, because his shit was effed up. You remember, right? Yeah. And I pulled a couple wires.
It was my account.
Yes, I know, but then I got him his own, right? Yeah. And he got super excited, but you know, and he was making only about 60 to 80K a month, and that was nowhere compared to what I was making, right? So I was trying to navigate him in a way. I was really good at managing, and
You muted yourself.
Someone called me, my bad. But basically, I was managing him, and I had to pull a couple strings because his shit was took down, and I basically put my face on the line. I said, "Bro, Red, they basically said to me like, fuck." Someone keeps calling me. They said, if you're gonna do this with if your brother is gonna get on, right? You guys cannot do anything bad, right? You guys can't do nothing, no content with each other. And what did we do? We did exactly that. We did the opposite because we knew that's where the money was at. So we basically, it was almost like a touchdown. That's all it was, and then just finalized there. And then it stretched longer than what I thought it would. And then which was better for me because then I got to save more and then just save more and save more and save more because I knew it wasn't going to be longevity.
Would you do it again?
Huh?
Would you do it again?
Yo, this person keeps calling me. It's been all day. It's annoying me. What's it called? If it was for the same amount of money, yes, for sure. Yeah.
But what I was trying to ask you, because I didn't really like get an answer, because I've been low-key so curious, because I could never, like, knowing you guys, I was like, no, they would never. But then you did, so I'm like, I get it for the money, whatever. But like, okay, how did you?
So when you and Red broke up, he kind of looked at me like he needed help. And so I said, I got you. I started making phone calls. I became his manager and I started helping him out. And I pulled a couple strings and I got his thing to get up. And then I got him more strings to income because when you and him broke up, he was basically, he wasn't rock bottom. He had money a little bit, but he didn't have as much as me. So he was living in my house and I was trying to get him clean. And that was pretty hard already. And he was looking at me like, damn, this guy is like fucking loaded. Like loaded as fuck because I was sober. I was fucking, dude, I was making like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know that's like, because you guys would always argue about that. And I kind of felt bad because, so yeah, I know what you're saying, but like, I don't know. It's just like, there could have been other ways, for sure.
Someone said, "Why were you so sober?" I don't know how to explain it.
No, that's
No,
not
someone asked in the chat.
Oh,
No, I was sober because I mean you gotta understand. I was trying to be a good role model for my brother to show him like, listen, you could be sober and still be. This is ridiculous. This person he's calling me. That you could be sober and Amina can't even testify for this. She can even say I was sober as fuck. Like
you would be withdrawing in the room.
Yeah, withdrawing in the room by myself.
By yourself, yeah.
I was doing deadly withdrawals like you know like from like the X one and this was like years ago though like but it was bad. Like I would stick myself in a room for a lot of days, and then out of nowhere I'll pop out and just get a Corvette. You know what I'm saying? And I'm withdrawing in my Corvette. It was bad, but but then I ended up being good. I started getting clean, and then I'm like, yo, you know what I should do? I did something smart. I should make a content house with a bunch of sober people, except for my brother and you.
Sober people?
Yeah. I should make
sober people, like just
normies. Normies. Yeah, normies. Whether they smoke, whatever, normies. Just people that don't do that type of stuff. I was gonna make a content house and do all that, and I was gonna run it. And you saw me. I was basically I was running it.
Wait, which content house? The one when?
Whenever I started getting the Airbnbs.
Oh, the one that we would go to where that fight happened.
No, like where every time there was where we would get different Airbnbs and different Airbnbs. So you were around when I started running 2 content houses. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You were around the first content house, which was very good because it was stabilized and we didn't have to move around that much. Right. Yeah. And we had everything set up. We had an engineer. We had all that. We had a bunch of people.
Well, yeah, but there was all these like we had the photographer, the engine, like whatever. Yeah. But then like when it started, like when we were like you guys were bringing girls and stuff, it kind of like there was just too much drama. I feel like, you know what I mean?
There was, but I could explain that a little bit. I was basically you know this. I had the master bedroom. I was running everybody's TikTok. I was helping them go up, right? And I was telling them little plans and stuff like that to go up. Babe, where's my charger at? No, it's right here. No, but you saw that I was running their TikToks and I was making them go up and it was working out.
That was also around the time when you and Kayla started dating too. And then like everyone left. Battle? No, I don't like to battle, guys.
Bro, this person keeps calling me and it's so annoying. What'd you say?
No, I'm saying that's around the time that you and Kayla started dating, and then the content house thing.
No,
like,
I'm talking. I know. I'm talking about the first. Dude, how do I? You know, I turned on silence unknown callers, and somehow they're still bypassing to call me. Like, what is this?
number get leaked or something.
No, it's some guy that keeps like effing with me. He needs to stop.
You can block him. I don't
He's
know.
calling. I did. He's calling me off no caller ID. Like,
Oh.
bro, how do